hopeless with indoor plants but want to green up your place? These two are starting from scratch as well.
Me on the tools, stand back, who knows where this will end up.
And me looking after the plants.
And dogs behaving badly. Another great challenge for the good doctor.
I've never, ever seen anything like that.
There's so much great stuff that you can buy these days off the shelf that looks really good in your home.
That's right, but what if you want something unique, something you won't find anywhere else? You make it.
You do, that's what this man's there for. We're going to make an indoor plant stand because indoor plants are all the rage right now, but I've got something for you, Ads.
What is this monstrosity?
That's actually close. It's called a monstera.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I thought you could use the leaf somehow.
Yeah, beautiful. I'll use it as my inspiration.
All right, well, you do that. I'll go do the plants.
Leave it with me.
I'll catch ya.
Basically, the first thing I need to do is start tracing it out.
Live to rise against our lies.
To make this plant stand, I'm using some 30mm ply, and we'll get the whole lot out of one sheet, which you can pick up for around $70. The idea is to make different size leaves. Now, this one's marked out. I'll use the jigsaw to cut it out. I think Melissa will be happy with that. Looks exactly the same.
I've picked up these greige terracotta pots for Adam's plant stand. So greige is a kind of combination between grey and beige. And they look good in their own right, but I want to add some personality to these pots. So I'm going to give them a mini makeover with a splash of paint. I'm going to wipe them down, and then we'll tape them up.
Feel the heat, hearts beating, dripping sweat, moving feet, heavy breathing.
So I've gone for some great colours here. I've got a bright copper rose, pink splendour and a bit of satin black in there. But I also want this natural greige colour to shine through, so I get a little bit of the original character of the pot.
With everything cut, now I'm going to laminate these 3 pieces of ply together to make the post for our plant stand. To do that, I'll be using some glue and screwing it together. To get an even coverage with my glue, I've just put a little bit of water on this paintbrush, and I'm making sure that I get all the way to the edges.
To the top with some new innovation. Blood and tears, all you need, dedication. Feel the words, catch some new motivation. Get up, get up, get up.
Now I want to get rid of all these sharp edges, so I'll be going over everything with a router, and it's got a 10mm round over bit in it. Then I want to extend my curve, so I'll be using a sander as well.
Do you like my sophisticated painting booth? So I'm just using an old cardboard box just to make sure that the spray doesn't get on me or anywhere else that it shouldn't. Now, when you're using a spray paint, you want to make sure you give it a really good shake, like I'm talking at least 3 minutes before you start spray painting. Never get these lids off. There you go, we got it. Because you don't want a blotchy finish. Now, when you're applying that second colour, just make sure you use something like a piece of cardboard as a bit of a barrier so that you don't mess up that first colour. All right, so now for the final reveal. And generally you would want to remove the tape while the paint is still wet so you get a nice crisp line and you don't remove any paint. But you'll find that the spray paint is incredibly forgiving. All right, now take a look at this. It's come up beautifully.
To put our plant stand together, it's a matter of gluing and screwing. So I started with the big leaf at the base and I screwed through underneath to attach our posts. Then I put these little mounting blocks on the smaller leaves to hold them to the posts. And then because our pot plants, they're going to be sitting up here, there's going to be a bit of weight and you can see the movement. So I've just added these blocks in for extra support. And to finish off this plant stand, I'm just going over everything with a decking stain. And the name, you're going to love it, it's Dense Forest. Can't get more plant-based than that, can you? The paint's dry and you might be looking at it thinking that's a bit patchy. Well, I'm making it even more patchy with this sander because I want to break it up a little bit and bring through that blonde timber again. Finished, I'll go over it with some clear polyurethane.
I've got a really nice selection of indoor plants here, so you can spot some old favourites in there. I've got some ficus and calatheas, a parlour palm over there. This little peperomia. This is one of the variegated forms, so you can see it comes in almost candy-like colours. And who could resist this anthurium? Flowers are really waxy, so they literally last for months, and it brings a beautiful tropical feel to the house. Have you noticed that these days there's a lot of indoor plants that have beautiful pink colours running through the foliage? Well, I'm going to take advantage of that because these will fit perfectly with our pink and copper-toned pots.
Hey, look at this.
Ah, that looks great. You really did use the monstera-leaf for inspiration.
Yeah, I studied it.
It looks good, really looks good. What do you think of my pot?
Yeah, they're beautiful. Look at this. It's going to work fantastically.
Yeah, they came out well. And I guess it's pretty easy.
Oh, you reckon, Melissa?
So we're going to make a plant hanger, but this time I'm going to be on the tools and Ads is going to be adding the green. So here goes nothing, right?
You beauty. What could possibly go wrong?
All right, show me what to do.
All right, so we've got this dress pine here and it's all marked up. Is we're making these little hooks. Well, you're going to be making these little hooks.
I'm making them, yep.
I'm going to be looking after the planting.
So that fits in here, yeah?
Yeah, so it would just hook on the side. So you can see that's why we're just taking this splay off here, and that way that will allow our pot to sit square once it's hanging.
Makes sense.
So easy. So what tool are we going to use to cut it out, Melissa?
Drill and jigsaw.
Yes, we
Six
are.
of the only ones on the table.
That's a good start. You're all over it.
All right. It's nice and solid.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
All right, so basically, you just need to drill a hole in this corner and that corner. Nice one. Beautiful. Love it.
All right.
All right, Mel, so have you used a jigsaw before?
I haven't. I'm keen.
Fantastic.
All
All
right.
right, first of all, we'll put on some PPE. So let's get the eyes on. I'll put the eyes on from back here. That's it.
Personal protective stuff. All right.
That's right.
Is that what?
Personal protective stuff. I love it. So base plate always sits flat on the timber. And see, because you've made these holes already, put one hand here, the trigger's under there, your other hand up here. Watch the blade and follow the line.
All right, let's
All right?
do it.
You don't have to push hard either, Mel, because these blades, they're really thin and they bend easily, so just let the tool do the work. Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm at this. Don't put that on camera. Oh, my God.
Hey, calm down. You're going to take my job. You're going to take over my job, Mel. Not only are you going to be doing the garden.
Anytime soon, I tell you.
You're doing a ripper of a job. Yo, beauty! Man, it's so cute.
I shall take my bow.
That's awesome. Well done.
I could get used to this.
This is getting better and better. I think I'm out of a job.
Let's see how it works.
You nervous?
A little.
Oh, Melissa.
Perfect.
Hey?
Yep, that'll take a bit of weight. That's good.
How good are you? Fantastic. So the last thing to do is to seal the timber up.
All right, let's do it.
Get some clear on there.
Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out now.
Look at that.
All right, let this dry.
Yeah.
And it's time for the plants.
Oh, no. This is where I start being nervous, yeah?
This is where you get your hands dirty.
Cause it's the time to fight and not the time to fall.
Oh, look at this. Some colour.
Now you're on my turf. All right, get ready.
All right.
I thought because the plants are hanging up high, it's pretty tough. They get a lot of sun and wind, tend to dry out quickly. So we're going for really tough stuff.
Yep.
So I've got this at home in my garden. This is Carrick's Feather Falls.
Yep.
Really tough as old boots, grows in full sun or shade. So you can get started planting that one up, Ads.
The carrots.
Yeah. Now what we're going to do, it's just in the bottom of the pot. So I'm just putting these pot filters in. So you just snugly put them in the bottom.
Yep.
And what they do is they stop any soil falling out the hole in the bottom.
Yeah,
and they
cool.
also prevent dirty water from staining your deck or pavers or wherever you've got it. Okay, I've also got another Carrick's. This one is called Dusky Fountain. So I like to have a little contrasting colour going on, you know.
The browns, the greens, I'm loving it.
Look really good.
Yep.
Bit of flowering colour.
Yes.
So I think it's also nice to have something, you know, something a bit taller. So this is one called Candy Kisses.
Oh, I know this one. I know this one. This one's called Silver Falls, and it is a beautiful plant. Is it a plant?
All right, who told him that?
No, this is all I know. This is all I know. And it just, again, cascades down, and he's really going to just bring that beautiful colour to our pot plant stand. Is that correct? Is that how you explain it?
That is beautifully done.
I'm getting this.
Beautifully
I'm
done.
getting it.
All right, now chop, chop, get planting.
All right.
Hey, you're meant to be doing this.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Jeez. Jeez.
You don't need to stretch right. Yeah, we need to get a bit of potting mix out of there. Yeah.
Oh, Melissa, this is dried up beautifully. Look at that. Look what you created.
Wow, I'm proud of myself.
That's it. You did very well. So let's see if it works. I'll hold it. You slip the pots
All
in.
right, let's get the pots in the side.
Nice.
Beautiful.
She's lucky I've been working out. Lucky last.
All right, let's get it in there. That looks great.
That's fantastic. I'm not going to lie, it weighs a bit, but it looks very nice. But one thing I did learn, I think I better stick to carpentry.
And I better stick to the plants.
When it comes to selecting plants for your garden, you want to make sure they succeed when you get them home. So here's a few tips. When you're selecting plants for hedging, you want to take a look at your plant and see if it looks healthy. This lily-pilly's got lovely glossy leaves. You also want foliage all the way down to the pot, so when it goes in the ground, your hedge starts at ground level and grows up from there. Now, plants are generally quite lazy. They like to grow in a straight line. So if you just pinch prune off the top, that activates all the buds beneath, and you'll get a nice bushy hedge. The most important thing to remember is how big your tree is going to get. There is no point putting a massive tree into a small courtyard. It's just going to grow and cause you problems down the line. Now, this is Magnolia grandiflora teddy bear. It never gets too big, so it's good for a small space, and I've selected this because it's got a really lovely shape. If you pick a tree with a strong central leader, it's going to ensure that it keeps a nice shape for years to come. You need to make sure you're picking the right plant for the right spot. There's no point putting shade-loving plants out in the baking sun, because they're just going to fry.
There's no distance in between.
You want to be mindful of a couple of things. Heavy feeders like gardenias can show deficiencies in iron and magnesium by yellowing of the leaves. You don't want to buy something that's already struggling and expect it to right itself when it gets home. This one's lovely and green, so that's a keeper. Another thing you need to consider is the foliage to pot ratio. If you had a plant this big in a pot this size, the soil's just not going to be enough for it. This is perfect. The last and probably the most important thing you need to look at is the roots. The root health is so important, and you can check the weep holes to see if there's any roots protruding through there. This one's got a few, so I might just check it out. Yep, you can see it's quite root bound through here, which means you can either trim this off when you get back, or you can find a plant without so many roots. So next time you're at the nursery, hopefully you can apply these tips and you'll have a healthy looking garden.
Nothing brightens up a room quite like a bunch of flowers, but sadly it's not always possible to have them fresh every day. Some people like the artificial blooms, but they're not for everyone. So if you want something you can enjoy every day, why not try your hand at sculpted clay flowers instead? If you've always wanted to try your hand at pottery but never quite got around to it, have to take a class, maybe use a kiln, try using air dry clay first. This stuff is fantastic. It's water-based, it's non-toxic so the kids can get involved. You don't need any special tools or equipment, you just mould it with your hands, and instead of baking it, you just leave it to dry once it's done, and in a couple of days you can enjoy the object you've created. So what I'm doing first of all for the flowers is I'm starting with the most simple shape, and that's a rolled ball. So to give it something to stand on, use the florist wire that you'll use later just to pierce a hole through the end, about halfway through. And then take it out. You can see it leaves a little hole there, and just set it aside to dry. If you've got an airing rack, like a cake drying rack, that's fantastic because it allows the air to circulate around. So just keep making balls. Some of them you can flatten to create different shapes. You can probably tell by now, these are not exact representations of flower blooms. In fact, Graham would probably have a few words as to what I'm creating here, but the idea is to just make them pretty, just make soft shapes. And if you want to, you can indent them with little things like chopsticks. That's quite cute, makes a nice stamp in the top. You could even find maybe some forks in the kitchen drawer. Pretty much whatever you've got, you can see you can create lots of different patterns and textures. This, like so many crafts, is incredibly relaxing. So if you're looking for something other than yoga to completely unwind, I'd highly recommend air dry clay. Depending on how thick you've made your little shapes will vary the drying time. It's usually around 2 to 3 days, and you can actually hear when they're dry. So a slight little click noise. Now to paint them, I'm just using ordinary acrylic paints, and to hold them so my fingers don't get too dirty, I'm just spearing in with the florist wire again. That enables you to hold it, and then you can paint away and you'll get it even all the way around. When you're choosing colours for your flowers, think about what your favourite blooms are. You might like to tie it in with your interior, or just think about some fun colours. If you have a few of your basics in your kit, some white, maybe a couple of primary colours, you can mix so many different shades. So don't be afraid to grab your brush and just mix one colour into another. You'll create a beautiful bouquet of flowers in no time. To display your blooms, you could use a block of florist foam like this, but it does look a little drab on its own. So dress it up with some paper or some fabric. Or you could just grab a vase and supplement your faux flower with some real leaves. They dry nicely. That looks beautiful. Another idea is to take a block of timber, something like this with a nice grain. You could lime wash it if you want to, or you could just paint a block of ordinary timber that's just a scrap in the shed, jazz it up with some colour, and grab your drill and make a series of holes for all of your flowers. Sure, they'll never replace fresh flowers, but they're beautiful to make and a little everlasting pop of colour you can enjoy every day.
These are the days that I will remember.
Welcome to God's country on the mid-north coast of New South Wales.
In the warm of September.
And I'm here to see a very old farm, a collection of border collies, and a gorgeous little young animal. Well, here are the dogs, and here's...
Hello, Dr.
Kim, how are you, Kim? I can't get too close.
No.
Who's this here?
Rebecca.
Beck, nice to see you both.
Hi.
Why
Yes,
so many border collies?
because we love them
They're a
And-
beautiful dog, especially for the farm.
and we do breed them.
This place has got a bit of history, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's 120 years old, the house, and it used to be a village called Bonnydoon.
Bonnydoon.
There was a pub in that paddock, a bakery over in that paddock. Post office was here as well, operated out of here.
Why didn't they save the pub? All
Why
right.
didn't they?
We need a tour.
Off we go.
Let's go and see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, dogs! Wow. Really got bowled over then. Come on, quickly, give us that. You ready? Okay, come on, up. There, 1, 2, 3, go. Up, there you go. Hey, this is a pretty good sort of view from up here, isn't it? What a lovely spot. What a lovely, lovely spot. I mean, the dogs love this, don't they?
They love it, yeah.
We've got to keep up with all of the energy of 6 big, energetic border collies. We jump on the tractor, we go from one end of the farm to the other, and they've all got their places and they chase us. Come on.
Semi-retired Kim and her husband, John, run a cut flower business, plus garden visits on the side. But drought has taken its toll on the roses.
We had to stop pumping out of the dam because the dam was getting too low, so they had to survive by themselves.
How many do you reckon you lost?
Over 100?
Really?
Yeah.
It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is sad.
These ones are particularly fragrant. They're beautiful.
What's it called?
Perfume Passion. Rose of the Year 2005.
Well, I tell you what, it's got better with age, isn't it?
Beautiful.
All right, well, on that particular note, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get some exercise. Go, come on, dogs. Come on. Hey, trip me up. Quickly, look out. Quickly, come on, come on. Come on, quickly, go.
Come on.
There's the black stuff. Come on, dogs, quickly. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up.
Come on,
Hurry up, hurry up. Dead heat. Well, I did promise you that I would show you something that was very small and very cute and very young. Coming around back of Mum is a little cria. So what's a cria? A cria is a baby alpaca. Now, why did you get alpacas?
Well, originally we got alpacas because we had boar goats and we got them as guards for the baby when they had babies. And for the bigger goats themselves, because we've got wild dogs around here, and we've also got eagles that nest on the mountain up there.
Protection, in other words. You're going to show him off now. They all come from South America, and they're actually 4 individual animals, if you like. There's Biquana, Guanaco, llama, and alpaca. They're all 4. And basically, these are the domesticated form of one of the wilder ancestors. They're related to what particular animal that's very common?
Camel?
Exactly right. They have soft pads on their feet and a nail out the front. This really is about as close as I want to get because Mum's very protective of the bub and I don't want to stress her. To me, the cria's in great shape. Suckling well, that's a good indication. They're tough. And this cria's doing just fine. As we're going for a run. Woohoo! So I think for you, you've got to concentrate on A, worming, B, tick paralysis, so prevention of that. And I guess C is actually weaning her at about 4 to 6 months of age and seeing how she's handling it. Then I think put Mum back in with the buck. Any of you who thinking about getting alpacas, remember you can't have 1, you've got to have 2. Yep. And whatever you do, don't forget, send out a letter to the neighbours, you know. I'm not murdering the children, I'm just shearing the alpacas. And don't forget.
Yeah, they'll sound like that too.
Don't forget in life, keep smelling the roses.
Will do.
They're a lot better than the chook puff you put on them. See you later.
Thanks, Dr. Harry.
Ta-da!
Bye.
A while ago, I showed you... Sassy, don't you start behaving badly. A while ago, I showed you a whole lot of dogs behaving badly. Now, Sassy, for argument's sake, she jumps into every water trough when we go for a walk around the property. And just when you think you've seen everything, you're in for a right royal surprise. Stop, Vertigo. It's a Kelpie in a Dachshund's body. I get called out to a lot of homes where dogs try to herd all manner of things. From mowers to kids. But they're usually all working dogs.
No mud flappers safe around here.
Those little legs will take on anything. I don't know how Graham and Margaret get anything done. He may have been a Kelpie in his first life, but Beaujolais can also be the perfect dashing dachshund.
He's lovely. He's affectionate, he's gorgeous, but he's fearless, he's energetic, he's a little torpedo on legs. That's what he is.
Be it outside or inside, Margaret's little torpedo has a homing device for anything that makes a noise and moves. Enough Beaujolais, I have a little device to stop all this. A spray commander collar that's filled with citronella. With a remote control, I spray Beaujolais, and the reaction is instant. He now thinks that this is not a good thing, but rather this is something to be, oh, geez, I get near that, I get this terrible whiff of stuff and I don't want to be there anymore, you know? He certainly doesn't have to be told twice. Now, there's no skating rink in this house, but as far as Archie's concerned, there may as well be.
He pirouettes.
Now, you chuck one down the bottom there. So getting down's no problem. Enjoys the treat. But now we've got to come back up. I think I could describe this dog as walking like a crippled crab. I've never, ever seen anything like that. Put down the mats so they join. Then over time, you maybe give a month, and then you start to spread them. It's all a question of traction. So using mats, creating pathways, is the only way to go. I'm wondering if we can
Hello, Ralphie.
maybe get your mum and dad and see what happens. Fair enough?
Yep, let's do it.
It's pretty clear that Ralph thinks this barbecue has been put on just for him. So how do we get this uninvited guest to stop? I've watched your reaction in trying to stop the dog doing all of this, OK? And it hasn't been all that successful, has it? You've got to physically manhandle the dog off the table.
That's all right.
Okay? That's all right, the dog
Here we
can
go.
Hello, look at this.
Do I leave it? Get down. No. Back. Get back. Get down. Get down here, please.
So this is my present to him, OK? This is his mat. Good. So when he puts his feet on the mat, I say place. And in time, we're going to get him to associate the fact that when his feet are on there, he gets a reward, and I say place. Now the ultimate test. Stay. So I'm taking about 8 or 10 steps backwards. Ralph, watch. And I'm walking back and I haven't taken my eyes off the dog. And guess what? He hasn't taken his eyes off me. What a good boy.
Good boy.
You want to have a go?
I can try. Ralph. Place.
Big fuss.
Boy. Good boy, Ralphie. Good boy.
Well done. When you get it right, and you've got to keep practicing, it's a godsend. You know, it doesn't matter how much trouble you get into, Sass, does it? Dogs are all the same. We love them. That's dogs, isn't it?